We love Disney weddings. The flowers, the fashion, and the food are second to none. We just can't get enough of these over-the-top affairs. Give this video a big thumbs up if you love Disney romance. If this is your first time at the things, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Let's jump right into the 10 most amazing Disney weddings of all time. ANITA and Roger. ANITA and Roger had a pretty epic Disney romance. From the moment they met, it was fate. Their beloved dogs Pongo and Purdy seemed to fall in love first. The fuzzy pair brought their human parents together for a cold, wet, and angry first meeting. From that rocky start, things really heated up in front of the fireplace. ANITA and Roger really warmed up to each other and had a beautiful wedding. It was a small, intimate ceremony held in a gorgeous stone chapel. Just outside a rose-covered window, their spotted best friends had their own romantic moment. The beautiful dogs made a meaningful commitment that day. A double wedding is a real treat, especially one with two such cute couples. We love this Disney wedding. It may not have been especially extravagant, but it was sweet and genuine. Weddings aren't just about centerpieces and lavish gowns. At their heart, weddings are about love, commitment, and family. This ceremony focused on the love between these humans and their dogs. They make a beautiful family. Soon, both couples will find themselves expecting. It's a beautiful love story no matter which couple is your favorite. MAID, MARIAN, and Robin Hood. MAID, MARIAN, and Robin Hood shared an epic romance full of adventure. Robin was the charming outlaw, and MARIAN was the free-spirited socialite. Their love was definitely looked down on by society. None of MARIAN's family approved of a thief who lived in the woods. Times were so hard for the people of Nottingham. They were being taxed to starvation by a selfish king. Robin Hood was such an important community figure. His brave work ensured his neighbors had enough to eat during dark days. When it was finally time for him to get hitched, everyone got involved. The whole town must have been so overjoyed to share this special day. This may be one of the most communal weddings Disney has ever created. Even the kids in town were in on the nuptial bliss. You've never seen so many cute guests at one party. It was definitely the break Nottingham needed from all that doom and gloom. The couple was wed in a beautiful stone church. The ceremony was officiated by their dear friend Friar Tuck. Just because it was a town event didn't take away from the intimacy. Watching the couple leave the ceremony was a magical moment too. They rode off into the sunset in a beautiful carriage. A just married sign hung across the back as the perfect final touch.
Oh, incredible! Floating spirits.
Belle and Prince Adam. Much like MAID, MARIAN, and Robin Hood's, this wedding was a community affair as well. Considering the pitchfork-wielding mob that stormed the castle, it's impressive that Prince Adam turned his public image around. It helps that he no longer resembled an angry water buffalo. Belle and Adam's wedding date didn't make it to the big screen, but there is an entire book about it. Beauty and the Beast, Belle's royal wedding, covers every detail of the celebration. We get to see behind the scenes as Belle, Prince Adam, and the palace staff prepare for the big day. Belle tries on her epic wedding gown. It's a classic ball gown that sweeps the floor. Every inch of the dress sparkles like a diamond. The gown is covered in delicate rosettes. They are her favorite flower after all. She looks every bit the Disney Princess Bride. As she admires her gown, she tells Mrs. Potts that she and the groom want the whole staff to be guests at the celebration. Belle didn't specify who would work the event in their absence, but the gesture is really sweet. When the big day arrives, Lumiere had a surprise for his beloved friends. He invited the entire village to attend. The couple was thrilled to share their special day with their subjects and their friends. Mulan and Li Shang. Mulan may be the fiercest Disney princess. She had the courage to take her father's place in war. She trained hard alongside men twice her strength. She never gave up and became a hardened soldier. When her company was in an impossible situation, she kept cool. She used quick thinking and creativity to save herself and her friends. She ended up saving all of China. Mulan falls in love with her former commander Li Shang. The two make a pretty tough power couple. In the sequel, Mulan and Li Shang get engaged. Her family is buzzing with excitement to welcome a new son. The pair is given a serious quest from their emperor. They're to escorting princesses to be married to foreign princes. On the trip, Li Shang and Mulan are attacked. It seems like Li Shang is dead. In her grief, Mulan offers herself to marry a prince in order to save the unification. Mulan prepares for her wedding to the young prince. She looks absolutely stunning in her traditional wedding garb. Just as the marriage is about to be sealed, Li Shang appears to save his beloved. In what is one of the most spontaneous and romantic Disney weddings, the two are wed right then and there. Carl and Ellie. Disney has made a reputation for itself for creating epic royal weddings. From white horses and carriages to lavish feasts, nothing outdoes Disney. There's one Disney wedding that captured everyone's heart with all the pomp and circumstance. While most Disney weddings are the delicious ending to a fairy tale, this one was more down to earth. In Up, shy young Carl meets precocious Ellie. The two become friends immediately. They grow together and so does their love. Everyone swooned as the pair dated. Their romance was so sweet, simple, and genuine. There wasn't a dry eye in the house as Carl and Ellie tied the knot. Their wedding was small and intimate. It didn't have all the grandeur of a princess story, but it had all of the romance. Their love spanned decades and saw them through tough times. Instead of the wedding being at the end of the story, we got a unique tale. We got to watch Carl and Ellie's entire relationship and marriage, right until the end. This wedding goes down as one of the best in Disney history. The marriage it produced gave two people years of happiness. It was the foundation that the rest of the story was built on.
Don't dick around so much, kid! Well, that's not gonna work.
Cinderella and Prince Charming. No list of Disney weddings would be complete without Cinderella's. She was the very first Disney princess to get married. She had to set the standard for all future royal weddings. To this day, any lavish fairy tale wedding is referred to as a Cinderella wedding. This grand affair was nothing short of epic. There was a beautiful horse-drawn carriage pulled by white horses. The prince wore a stunning suit of white with regal gold trim. Cinderella was stunning in a magnificent ball gown. Every inch of the ball gown sparkled like a gem. Every detail from her veil to her earrings was perfect. As the happy couple leaves the ceremony, one charming moment calls back to when the couple first met. Running down the steps to the carriage, Cinderella loses her shoe. Once it's safely back on her delicate foot, the couple is on their way. As the carriage pulled away, Cinderella's transformation from floor-scrubbing orphan to princess was complete. The carriage pulls away from the wedding surrounded by cheering subjects. Cinderella really waves at her adoring public as she rides off into happily ever after. Jasmine and Aladdin. This is definitely a wedding saved from the brink of disaster. Jasmine and Aladdin had a whirlwind and somewhat controversial romance. The princess fell hard for the common thief. A lot of fans weren't too thrilled that the relationship started out based on lies. Aladdin definitely wasn't a prince and didn't have the wealth he pretended to flaunt. After Jasmine found out the truth about her prince, she chose to forgive him. That's pretty impressive. Not too many people could forgive that kind of deception. In the sequel to Aladdin, the couple finally prepares to be married. The ceremony is almost ruined when Aladdin's father arrives with his band of thieves. The gang of ruffians attempts to crash the wedding by literally ripping the palace apart. Once the wedding finally happens for real, it's breathtaking. The ceremony is lit with dozens and dozens of candles. The glow adds to the romantic atmosphere. Jasmine looks like a living work of art. Her gown is modest, yet stunning. She looks as perfect as a Disney princess should. Aladdin is equally decked out in royal garb. Everyone is swept away by the emotion of the moment. Genie is particularly choked up. Aladdin's long-lost father proudly watches as his son gets married. The Sultan is ecstatic. Even Raja gets in on the action. He proudly carries Jasmine's train as the couple leaves the altar.
These patches, what are we trying to say? Beggar? No, let's work with me here.
Ooh, I like it muy macho.
Ariel and Prince Eric. Ariel's love story spans two worlds. Her impossible romance spans both land and sea. Ariel was pretty obsessed with humans, even before she knew her prince existed. She spent her youth collecting all of the human things she could find. One might argue that Prince Eric was the ultimate addition to her collection. Ariel went to extremes to win her man. She gave up her tail, her voice, and her life under the sea for a chance at love. Eric fell in love with the beautiful stranger even though they couldn't speak. They overcame a lot of obstacles as Ursula tried to tear them apart, but their love saw them through. When it was finally time for the pair to tie the knot, they breathed a sigh of relief. After everything they had been through, it was time for their happy ending. Ariel looked every inch the perfect princess bride. Her gown was classic with huge sleeves and a bell skirt. Her veil was attached to an ocean-themed tiara, paying tribute to her past. The wedding was held on a beautiful ship to allow Ariel's family to be there too. This princess had possibly the sweetest father of the bride moment in Disney history. After forbidding her love with Eric, King Triton finally gives his blessing. The pair sailed off into the sunset under a perfect rainbow. Rapunzel and Eugene. Rapunzel and Eugene had one of the most fun and personal weddings of any royal Disney couple. When you think of princess weddings, laughter and fun aren't usually the first things that come to mind. This star-crossed pair had a truly memorable and silly wedding day that would go down in Disney history. For Rapunzel and Eugene, it wasn't exactly love at first sight. Most epic romances don't begin with a frying pan to the face. Rapunzel definitely made an impact on him. Once the swelling went down, feelings started to develop. Rapunzel began to see Flynn as a dreamer. He began to see her as a fighter. The pair fell in love on their quest to see the floating lights. That trip happened to reunite Rapunzel with her parents. She found her real family after so long. Entangled ever after, the lovebirds get their special day. The wedding was beautiful, but it wasn't without a few glitches. When you trust a horse to be your ring bearer, you have to expect a little chaos. Maximus was very handsome carrying the ring pillow, right up until he sneezed. The sneeze set off a series of wild events that destroyed half of the kingdom and most of the reception.
That's a lot of hair.
She's growing it out.
Tiana and NAVEEN. Tiana and NAVEEN hold a very special place in Disney history. They're the only couple that have 2 weddings. Tiana definitely deserves to have a double wedding. She was so responsible and hardworking. Her dedication to her dream proved that she's perfect marriage material. Like many couples, their romance wasn't love at first sight. Tiana wasn't the kind of girl who had her heart set on marrying a prince. All she cared about was opening her restaurant and working hard. When she and NAVEEN find themselves turned into frogs, they have to learn to work together. Going through the challenges and struggles of the swamp helped them to see who each other truly were. Taking the time to get to know each other slowly turned into falling in love. The pair bravely faces being stuck in frog bodies. That doesn't stop them from exchanging vows. Once the adorable little frogs say I do, Tiana is officially a Disney princess. The pair kiss, and just like that, the spell is broken. Tiana and NAVEEN transform back. We get to live the magic moment all over again as the pair get married a second time. In human form, the two have a beautiful church wedding. Both of their families are overjoyed to share this special day. Which Disney wedding is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed this look at these epic Disney weddings. Don't forget to subscribe to The Things for even more Disney fun. See you in the next video.